Last week, I got an email from my power company. The message was clear: use less electricity or risk blackouts. That got my attention fast. I've spent years outdoors, facing tough conditions, but nothing beats the feeling of helplessness when your own home goes dark in the heart of winter. It's easy to ignore these warnings. Most of us think blackouts are rare, or that the grid will always hold up. But this time, the warning felt different. There was a sense of urgency in the message, a hint that they were expecting real trouble. Maybe you've seen these emails too, or heard about rolling blackouts in Texas, California, or even the Northeast. It's not just talk. America's power grid is under pressure like never before. This essay is a wake-up call. I'll explain why your lights might go out soon and what you must do now to be ready when they do. Winter in America can be brutal. Each year, storms sweep across the country, blanketing towns and cities in thick layers of snow and ice, transforming familiar streets into frozen landscapes. Snow piles up, wind chills drop, and everyone cranks up the heat. Families huddle indoors, relying on their furnaces and space heaters to keep warm, while cars and sidewalks disappear beneath the relentless snowfall. On the surface, it's just another cold snap. But for the power grid, it's a real test of endurance, like dragging a heavy backpack through waist-deep snow. Every wire, pole, and transformer is pushed to its limit, straining to keep up with the relentless demand. When temperatures plunge, millions of heaters and furnaces kick on all at once. The demand for electricity surges, and the grid must deliver more power than usual, often for days or even weeks at a time. Power lines get overloaded, substations run hot, and the system is pushed right to the edge. Even the smallest weak point can cause a ripple effect, threatening to bring down entire sections of the grid. It's a test that the grid doesn't always pass. We've seen it happen before. When the system is stretched too far, blackouts can sweep through neighborhoods, leaving thousands or even millions without power. In 2021, Texas was hit by a historic freeze. Power plants froze up, and millions sat in the dark for days. The state's energy infrastructure simply wasn't prepared for such extreme, prolonged cold. Pipes burst, food spoiled, and lives were lost. The consequences rippled through communities, affecting everyone from families to first responders, all because the grid wasn't ready for such extreme cold. It could happen anywhere, not just in Texas. Any region can be vulnerable if the grid isn't built to withstand the worst that winter can bring. The grid is a bit like a chain, only as strong as its weakest link, and in winter, those links are stressed to the breaking point. Preparing for the next big storm means strengthening every part of the system so that when the cold comes, the lights and the heat stay on. There's another twist in this story, one that's easy to overlook, but it's becoming more important every year. More and more homes are switching to electric heat these days. It's a trend driven by the push for cleaner energy and the desire to move away from fossil fuels. On the surface, electric heat sounds clean and modern, a step toward a greener future. But there's a hidden cost. It puts a huge extra strain on the power grid, especially when temperatures plunge. In the past, old oil and gas furnaces helped share the burden. They burned fuel right in the home, so the grid didn't have to supply all the energy for heating. Now, with electric heat, that entire load shifts back onto the grid, and it happens all at once, right when demand is highest. Think about it. On the coldest nights, when the wind howls and snow piles up outside, everyone wants to stay warm and comfortable. If every home on the block is cranking up electric heaters, the demand for electricity can double, triple, or even spike higher in just a few hours. That's a mountain of power to deliver all at once, and the grid has to keep up or risk widespread outages. And it's not just the heaters. People are also plugging in space heaters, running electric ovens, and charging electric cars, sometimes all at the same time. The modern home is filled with devices that draw power, and in winter, that demand can skyrocket. The truth is, much of our power grid was never designed for this kind of overnight surge. It's aging, and upgrades take time and money. Power companies work around the clock to keep up, but winter storms can knock out lines, freeze equipment, and make repairs dangerous and slow. In freezing weather, Even simple repairs can take hours longer, leaving neighborhoods in the cold. Sometimes, all it takes is one stormy night to push the system past its breaking point, plunging entire cities into darkness. That's why you see those urgent alerts on your phone or TV, asking everyone to use less power and help prevent a blackout. The grid is straining under the weight of modern life, and the risk of failure is more real than ever before. Let me share a story from my own town. 2 winters ago, we got hit by a sudden ice storm. Power lines sagged and snapped under the weight. The whole neighborhood went dark at midnight. Most of us bundled up and waited, but not everyone made it through the night. An elderly woman down the street tried to keep warm with candles and blankets. She didn't survive the cold. It was a tragic, preventable loss. The ambulance came too late. This story isn't unique. Every winter, people lose their lives in cold, dark houses. They're caught off guard by outages, thinking the lights will always come back on. But the grid is not infallible, and help does not always arrive in time. We all hope it won't happen to us. But hope is not a plan. When the grid goes down, it's up to you to stay warm and safe. So, what do grid operators do when demand outstrips supply? When the electricity people need is more than what the system can provide, grid operators are faced with tough decisions, often under intense pressure and with very little time to act. They have a few tools at their disposal, but honestly, none are pleasant. These are last resort measures, only used when all other options have been exhausted. One of the most drastic is called a rolling blackout. It sounds technical, but it simply means shutting off power to some neighborhoods for a few hours at a time, then switching to another area. The idea is to spread the pain around, rather than letting the entire grid fail. This keeps the whole grid from collapsing, but it leaves thousands, sometimes even millions, of people in the dark, often with little warning. Sometimes the blackouts rotate on a schedule, giving each area a break. Other times, the same unlucky neighborhoods get hit again and again, depending on the grid's needs and vulnerabilities. If you've ever sat shivering by candlelight while the house next door stayed bright, you know how random and frustrating it can feel. It's a reminder of how interconnected and fragile our power system really is. Organizations like PJM, one of the biggest grid operators in the United States, watch the system closely, monitoring real-time data and making split-second decisions to keep the lights on for as many people as possible. When things get tight, they ask people to use less power, turn off unnecessary lights, unplug devices, and adjust thermostats to help ease the strain. They might even cut off big factories or industrial users, sacrificing business operations to keep homes, hospitals, and critical infrastructure running. But when there's not enough electricity to go around, someone has to go without. It's a harsh reality, and it can disrupt lives in an instant. These emergency measures, rolling blackouts, public alerts, and power curtailments, are becoming more common as the grid faces new challenges from extreme weather, aging infrastructure, and rising demand. That's a sign the grid is in real trouble, and, yeah, the risk is growing every year. Without major upgrades and smarter management, these blackouts could become a regular part of life. Now, here's the twist most people miss. It's not just cold weather and heaters. There's a silent surge in demand coming from new technology. Data centers, the places that run the internet, cloud storage, and now artificial intelligence, are guzzling power like never before. AI needs a lot of energy to work. Every search, every chatbot, every video stream comes from these centers. In some cities, a single data center uses more electricity than thousands of homes combined. New factories and electric cars are also adding to the load, but data centers are growing the fastest. They run 24/7, with no break, no matter how cold or hot it gets outside. The public doesn't see these buildings, but they're changing the game. The grid was never designed for this kind of constant, heavy demand. You might think, they'll just build more power plants, right? It's not so easy. Building new energy sources takes years, sometimes decades. Solar and wind help, but they don't always work when we need them most, like on a still, snowy night. Meanwhile, demand keeps rising. More electric cars, more heat pumps, more data centers. Each year, the gap between what we need and what the grid can deliver gets wider. Upgrading the grid is a massive job. It means new wires, new transformers, better batteries. It's expensive, and it takes time. For now, we're patching holes in a leaky boat, hoping it floats through the next storm. The bottom line? We're not keeping up. The risk of blackouts is growing, not shrinking. So what can you do? Don't wait for the next warning. Get ready now. If you rely on electric heat, look for backup options. Wood stoves, propane heaters, or even heavy-duty sleeping bags can be lifesavers. Consider a solar generator or a battery bank. These can keep the basics running: lights, phone chargers, maybe a small heater. If you can, stock up on firewood, blankets, and canned food. Make sure everyone in your house knows what to do if the power goes out. Check on your neighbors, especially the elderly or those with small kids. Sometimes a simple visit can save a life. Practice your backup plan before you need it. Don't let the first cold night of winter be the first time you try it out. Remember, survival is about being ready, not lucky. The grid might fail, but your family doesn't have to suffer if you act now. Let me ask you, what's your plan if the power goes out tonight? Do you have backup heat? Enough food and water? Warm clothes for everyone in the house? If not, now is the time to act. Don't wait for another warning email. The crisis is already here. The power grid is stretched thinner every winter and no one is immune. Staying warm is not a luxury. It's a matter of life or death. Talk to your family, make a list, get what you need. Encourage your friends and neighbors to do the same. The next storm or surge in power demand could hit at any time. Be ready. Your survival, and the survival of those you love, could depend on how well you prepare today.